All right, you are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I'm back in my nook tonight at the back of the restaurant in Ho Chi Minh City. This is my last night in Vietnam. I am exhausted, but I'm also jacked because I'm on a double Weasel coffee. If I sound jittery and also peaking, it's this Weasel coffee. If you don't know what Weasel coffee is, let me explain. Weasel coffee is coffee that is fed to weasels, like the coffee bean is fed to the weasels, and then I don't know who follows them around. Someone follows them around, and then the weasel takes a dump and shits out these coffee beans, and someone goes around, collects the shit, washes the coffee beans off, roasts them up, and then sells them to Le Boyle at almost midnight to get me through this podcast. And apparently it makes the coffee stronger and tastes better. And I tell you what, I'm definitely jacked, and it could be the best long black or espresso or black coffee I've had ever. It's absolutely fucking delicious. Usually they serve it with a little bit of ice, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of sugar, but not the Boyle. I'm just like, give it to me hot and black, my friend. Make it a double Weasel, chuck a nug in there as well. You don't have to clean the beans off for me. So I'm happy with my Weasel coffee. Also, you can't have a Weasel coffee without a couple of Marley Lights, can you? A couple of those sweet, sweet Marlboro Lights. I tell you what, it does not take much to get me back on the darts. As long as the first couple of darts I have are fine and I don't push it too hard. It's like every time I smoke weed, I get all psyched up and then I'm like, all right, just have a couple of tokes, and I never do. I just smoke all of whatever's there, and it's the same with darts. I haven't had a dart in ages, and usually I just chain smoke 3, 4 in a row and end up poisoned and almost wanting to vomit. Also, the sweats, dizziness, vertigo, the works. But I've played it cool this time. I just take it easy on the dart. I'm not taking like giant hits. I'm just smoking it like a normal human being. I've eased myself into it, and now I'm raring to go. They absolutely love a dart here in Vietnam as well. If you're not addicted to smoking and you just have one every now and then, like every 6 months or 3 months or once every 2 months, week, day. As long as you're not addicted, smoking is one of life's true joys. Now we've got a full pack of Marlboro Lights, and I have to smoke them. That's the only thing I can do with them. I'm not throwing them out. I also don't want to smoke them either because that could really hook me in. Right now, as we speak, I'm at the stage where I'm thinking, do I really load up on the darts while I'm here in Vietnam and they're like $2 a pack, come home with like 100 packs of smokes, or do I go, I'm never ever smoking again, don't buy any, and then as soon as I get back, buy like 3 packs at $50 a pack? I'm not too sure. Right now, it's a line ball. Anyway, it's the last night, and we had a great night tonight, actually. We went down Beer Street in Ho Chi Minh City, and it's like Khao San Road in Bangkok. It's just an absolute mess. Drunks just getting drunk, hookers trying to wrangle you in. Not as many hookers as in Thailand, to be fair, but still a few. Just hedonistic debauchery for about 500 meters, just walking past it, taking the kids through there. And we decided to stop at a bar because my son wanted to watch the soccer. So we were like, fuck it, we'll just watch some soccer, listen to a band. And this band came on and just started playing every fucking great song. AC/DC, Stones, Creedence, The Animals. They just went hard. And everyone was digging the vibes. My wife was having a couple of beers. I was having a coffee, a non-Weasel coffee. I'm up to like 8 coffees a day at the moment in Vietnam. I wake up and I have 3 for breakfast. That gets me through till about 10 when I have another like 2. And then it's just scattered throughout the day until I do the pod, where I have another two. And these are not weak coffees either. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I fucking went to the Mekong Delta today. We went on a tour to the Mekong Delta, which was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see. I'm doing a lot of the things I didn't do when I traveled here the first time. Like, I'm actually seeing things. And to be honest with you, seeing things is a little bit overrated. The people down Beer Street looked like they were having a much better time. That's where old Boyle would have spent most of his time. Actually, I probably wouldn't. I probably would have gone off Broadway a little bit to a little fucking local bar or a little fur shop that sells fucking beer and just hung out there because I really don't like that. Like Kuta, Kosan Road, that like in your face debauchery. Like, we're all here, we're all doing it. It's out in the open, let's not fucking hide. I'm like, no, put it in the fucking bag. We don't have to be out here showing off what pieces of shit we are, do we? We don't have to publicize it. Can't we just hide it in a corner somewhere? I wasn't really mainstream like that. So yeah, we went to the Mekong Delta and it was actually quite cool. Like, all of it's fake. Like, you're seeing fake islands that are just set up for tourism, fake adventures, fake people singing to you, fake people dancing to you. Like, everything's fake. It's a fake experience. But, like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, we've got 9 days. Like, what do you expect? Am I going to move in next door to a local, befriend them, learn the language? No, I'm not. I'm going to fucking listen to some lady who's been forced to sing for me, and I'm going to give her a big tip. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my contribution. I'm tipping like fuck since I've been here. I basically thought, because I never tipped or never spent any money on anything other than booze and drugs for pretty much the whole time I traveled when I was younger, I was like, well, now it's my time to pay my dues. Because there were some young cunts on this tour and they didn't tip. And I was like, nah, don't tip. You're young. You don't have money. It's not your time to tip. Let me pick this up. I didn't tip or help the local economy at all the whole time I traveled when I was younger. It's my turn to lend a helping hand. So I've been tipping hard and it feels good. So yeah, what can I say about the Mekong Delta? Basically everything I do here, I imagine in my mind US planes flying over my head, bombing the shit out of me everywhere I go. And I'm like, that must have been goddamn fucking hell. But I tell you what, the fucking Vietnamese, they got through it and they are one of the happiest people I've ever encountered. It's a Buddhist country. I never realized it was actually a Buddhist country. It's majority Buddhist. So the US just came in and started bombing the shit out of Buddhists. I thought it was just communist and there was no religion, but there's Buddhist temples everywhere and people have Buddhas just everywhere. So that's interesting. Anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling because this Weasel coffee has full control of me at the moment. I'm under its spell. So I'm just going to wind this up. I'm going to get in another pod before I leave, so I don't have to do it at the airport, so that'll be out fucking before I fly, and I'll be less weaseled out than I am right now, so we'll just fucking leave it there, I reckon. Yeah, we will. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for tonight, and I'll see ya the fuck later.